even if you just casually scroll through sports news on your feed, you already know that tonight is not just another game. The buzz around this Chennai Super Kings versus Sunrisers Hyderabad match as well, it's absolutely electric. We aren't just talking about points on a league table here. We are talking about legacy. We're talking about the potential fulfillment of a 5-year-old promise made by literally one of the greatest minds to ever grace the pitch, MS Dhoni. But here's the wild part. Let's dive right into this massive anomaly. Why on earth are we seeing this level of hype for a player who is riding the bench? It's honestly one of the most fascinating situations I've seen in modern sports. MS Dhoni, Thala, to his millions of diehard fans, is completely dominating every single headline. He is the center of gravity for the media, the fans, the opposing teams, and he hasn't even stepped onto the field for the entire 2026 season. No way, right? How does a guy who hasn't swung a bat all year command this much attention? Well, to figure that out, we really need to look at what's actually happening on the ground right now. Section 1, the unseen captain. A season on the sidelines. 0, that is the magic number. With just 2 games left in the entire league stage for CSK this 2026 season, MS Dhoni has played exactly 0 matches. Not one inning, not a single appearance behind the stumps. And for a player who is practically synonymous with the franchise, this is a pretty heavy, uncomfortable absence. Think about all those fans who bought tickets this year, fully expecting to see their hero in action. So what's the official word on this big 0? Well, the franchise's strict company line is that Dhoni has been sidelined with a calf injury since the very start of the season. According to team management, he's just been nursing this injury, doing his rehab, and hasn't been physically cleared for the absolute grind that is T20 franchise cricket. Right, so that's the story on paper. But come on, in the world of pro sports, the story on paper rarely tells the whole truth. Which brings us to the rumors that are absolutely setting the cricket world on fire tonight. Section 2, the insider theory. What's really going on? We are looking at a really stark contrast here. On one side, you've got the official story, an injured calf making him strictly unavailable. But on the flip side, there's this massive, rapidly growing insider theory. And this theory says that MS Dhoni is actually fully fit, and has been for a while. So instead of an injury keeping him out, the word on the street is that he's voluntarily stepping aside. He's choosing the bench. Why? Simply to let management seamlessly groom the next generation without his massive looming shadow dominating the field. Now, before you brush that off as just some wild fan fiction, listen to this. This isn't coming from some random pundit. This is straight from Ravichandran Ashwin, MS Dhoni's long-term teammate, a guy who is incredibly well-connected. He actually went on record and said, "I have a feeling that against Sunrisers Hyderabad, there is a good chance of MS Dhoni playing. As far as I have heard, he has been ready to take the field for the last 2 to 3 games." Guys, this is a massive piece of intel. Ashwin is literally stating that Dhoni is fit, he's been ready, and he's completely blowing up the official injury narrative that CSK has been handing to the press. So, if Ashwin hit the nail on the head, what's the logic here? Why sit out if you can play? First off, it's about future-proofing the team. We all know Dhoni is a strategic mastermind, right? By sidelining himself, he forces the young core to step up. They have to learn how to win without him magically bailing them out in the final over. Secondly, it's about preserving the current CSK team combination. The squad has built a very specific rhythm this season. Parachuting himself into the playing 11 midway through a critical run, that could actually do more harm than good. This unselfish, big-picture strategy perfectly aligns with everything we know about his legendary leadership. But, the mystery doesn't stop with just his fitness. To truly grasp why tonight is so historic, we've got to take a trip back in time. Section 3, a 5-year prophecy, the mastermind's plan. Let's rewind a bit. The year is 2021. Picture the massive CSK title celebrations right there in Chennai. Now, fast forward exactly 5 years to tonight, 2026. CSK versus SRH at Chapag. And this isn't just a random spot on the calendar, it is their final home game of the season. The gap between these two massive moments? Exactly half a decade. During those wild celebrations back in 2021, Dhoni grabbed the mic and spoke to the roaring crowd. Listen closely to his exact words. "So hopefully my last T20 will be in Chennai. Whether it's next year or in 5 years' time, we don't really know." I mean, take a second and let that sink in. He specifically dropped that "in 5 years' time" detail half a decade ago. It was this cryptic little breadcrumb from a guy who notoriously keeps his cards glued to his chest. And suddenly, today, the math of that statement is staring us right in the face. Which brings us to a rather harsh logistical reality. Tonight is the absolute final match scheduled to be played in Chennai for the entire IPL 2026 season. That's it. There are no playoff games booked for Chepauk after this. What does that mean? It means if MS Dhoni is going to fulfill that 2021 prophecy, if his absolute final T20 game is genuinely going to happen in front of his home crowd in Chennai, it mathematically, undeniably, has to be tonight. There are literally no more tomorrows at Chepauk this year. Talk about an unprecedented atmosphere. Section 4. The final farewell. All eyes on Chepauk. So let's tie the whole shebang together and see exactly why the stadium is going to be absolutely deafening tonight. First, that 5-year timeline established by Dhoni himself, it officially runs out tonight with this final home fixture. Second, we have credible insider info from Ashwin confirming that Dhoni isn't actually injured. The guy is fully fit and ready to go. And lastly, you have millions of fans who have done the exact same math we just did. They are flooding the stadium, hoping, praying for just one final glimpse of the absolute icon in his famous yellow jersey. The stage is flawlessly set for a piece of history. Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Will Thala take the field one last time? Will the ultimate mastermind, a guy who has orchestrated his entire career with razor-sharp precision, step out of the dugout, walk to the crease, and give Chennai the storybook farewell they've been dreaming of for 5 years? Or will the unseen captain quietly pass the baton from the shadows? All the evidence points to a return. But hey, with MS Dhoni, you just never know until he actually walks through those ropes. Keep your eyes glued to this match. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and enjoy witnessing what could very well be a massive, unforgettable piece of cricket history. What do you think?